There's a battle happening inside every man. A battle most people don't even talk about. One side is hungry for quick pleasure. The other side is hungry for real greatness. Lust pulls you toward fast rewards. It whispers that you need something right now to feel good. It tells you that chasing women, chasing attention, chasing validation is the way to feel alive. Discipline pulls you toward a bigger future. It asks you to wait. It asks you to build. It asks you to trust that something better is coming if you have the strength to be patient. Every day you are making a choice between these two sides, and most men, without even realizing it, are feeding their lust. They are running after women, giving away their hearts too fast, trying to impress, trying to chase, trying to win approval that never lasts. And every time they chase, they lose a piece of themselves. They lose a piece of their self-respect. They lose a piece of their future. The world doesn't warn you about this. The world tells you to give more, chase more, prove more. The world says, if you love her harder, she'll stay. If you sacrifice everything, she'll appreciate it. But what actually happens? You give too much. You chase too hard. You lose yourself, and she pulls away. Because deep down, people don't want someone who has given up his life for them. They want someone who is full of life on his own. When you hand over your heart too fast, when you hand over your attention too easily, you show that you don't value yourself enough. You show that you are willing to abandon your dreams, your mission, your strength, for the hope that someone else will fill the empty space inside you. But no one else can fill that space. Only you can. Through building, through waiting, through fighting the battle inside you and choosing discipline over lust. This is the truth most men never hear. And that's why so many men stay trapped in a cycle of chasing, hurting, and wondering why nothing ever works. Lust is easy. Discipline is hard. But discipline leads to everything you really want. Discipline makes you magnetic. Discipline makes you powerful. Discipline makes you the kind of man that people naturally respect, admire, and desire. When you stop chasing fast feelings and start chasing your purpose, something powerful happens. You stop trying to win women over. Instead, you build a life so rich, so full, so alive that people want to be part of it. You become the mountain, not the chaser. You become the prize, not the seeker. And the world feels that energy. This is the battle inside every man. And it's not fought once. It's fought every day, every hour, every moment. Which side are you feeding right now? The side of lust and weakness? Or the side of discipline and strength? Because the future you live in will be the future you built inside yourself. Why chasing kills? Attraction. Here's something most men never realize. The harder you chase, the faster she runs. It feels strange, doesn't it? You think that showing more love, more effort, more attention should pull her closer. But it actually pushes her away. Why? Because chasing is not strong energy. It's needy energy. It smells like fear. It smells like desperation. And women can sense it, even if you hide it under sweet words and big actions. Chasing tells her, You are more important than my life. Chasing says, I need you to feel happy. I need you to feel strong. And no woman, no matter how kind she is, wants to carry that kind of weight. Think about it. Would you want someone clinging to you like you're their only source of happiness? Would you want someone making you the center of their world after knowing you for just a little while? It's too much. It feels heavy. It feels unsafe. Women are drawn to men who have their own center, their own life, their own focus. Men who are busy growing, building, creating. When you stop chasing, you become that man. You become the man who has places to be, dreams to chase, goals to smash. You become a man who moves with purpose, not for her approval, but for your own mission. And here's the magic. When you stop chasing her, she starts chasing you. Because your energy changes. Instead of needing her, you are choosing yourself. Instead of proving your worth, you are living your worth. And that shift is powerful. It flips the entire game without playing any games at all. You are not pretending to be busy. You are busy. You are not acting mysterious. You are focused. You're no longer trying to convince her that you're enough. You already know you are. And in that knowing, she feels safe. She feels excited. She feels pulled toward you. Because real attraction isn't something you force. It's something you create by who you become. When you stop running after her and start running after your own greatness, you become the man she can't ignore. And here's the truth most men never hear. You don't win women by giving them everything they want. You win women by giving yourself everything you need. Stop chasing. Start building. Watch how the world changes around you. The secret power of space. Let's unlock a strange truth most people don't understand. Space makes people want you more. Sounds weird, right? You might think being close all the time is what makes someone fall in love. But being too close too soon is what makes people feel trapped. Imagine this. You find a beautiful bird in the forest. It lands gently on your hand. You get excited. You want to hold it tight, so it never flies away. But the harder you squeeze, the faster it struggles to escape. That's what happens when you smother someone with too much time, too much attention, too soon. You make them feel like they've lost their freedom. And nobody, not even someone who likes you, wants to feel trapped. Now think about the opposite. What happens when you let the bird perch freely? You stay calm. You let it choose to stay. Suddenly it wants to stay longer. This is the power of creating space. When you prioritize your own life, your goals, your health, your dreams, you naturally create space. Not because you're playing games, not because you're pretending, but because you have real things that matter to you. And guess what? That space doesn't push her away, it pulls her in. She feels curious. She starts wondering, what's he up to? Why isn't he always available? What's so important that he's busy? That curiosity turns into attraction. And that attraction turns into a deeper desire to connect. It's not about making her miss you on purpose. It's about having a life that's so full that your time becomes precious. When your world is exciting, meaningful, and rich without her, She wants to be part of it. Not because you forced her, but because she chooses to. And that's a much stronger bond than anything begging, chasing, or smothering could ever create. Space makes the heart grow fonder, not silence, not disappearing, not mind games, but living fully and inviting her to meet you there. You don't need to fight for connection. You need to build a life worth connecting to. Give her the gift of missing you. Not by being fake, but by being real. Real about your time. Real about your dreams. Real about your own importance. When you honor your space, others will honor it too, and the right woman will cherish the chance to be close to you. Not out of pressure, but out of pure desire. Success. Why purpose makes you magnetic. Here's a secret nobody teaches young men. Women aren't looking for a man to make them the center of his world. They are looking for a man who already has a world worth joining. Think about it. Have you ever seen a powerful river? The water doesn't chase after anything. It doesn't beg the rocks to move. It doesn't cry for attention. It just flows, strong, steady, with a purpose. And everything around it, trees, animals, life, gathers to it. That's what a man with purpose feels like. When you know who you are and where you're going, you become like that river. Women feel the pull. They feel the strength. They want to be near it. Not because you beg them, but because your energy is magnetic. But here's the trap that many fall into. They meet a woman they really like, and they drop everything. They stop chasing their goals. They stop going to the gym. They stop building their dreams. They make her the center of their life. At first she might smile and enjoy the attention, but deep down, she feels something wrong. The river has stopped flowing. The adventure is over. And soon, her heart will drift away without even knowing why. Women don't want to be the reason you stop chasing your greatness. They want to be part of your greatness. They want to see you waking up early, working hard, getting stronger, chasing dreams. They want to admire you. They want to respect you. And respect doesn't come from giving your whole heart away at the first chance. Respect comes from staying true to your path, even when you're in love. Your purpose must come first. Always. Not because you don't care about her, but because your life has meaning, with or without her. And that's what makes her feel safe. That's what makes her feel excited. That's what makes her want to invest in you, chase you, love you deeply, because she knows you're not desperate. You're not empty. You're not looking for someone to save you. You're already full, and you've simply decided to share your journey with someone worthy. A man without purpose becomes lost. A man with purpose becomes unstoppable. Choose your path first. Love can walk beside you, but it can never replace your mission. The secret power of scarcity. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that when something is rare, people chase it harder? Gold is rare. Diamonds are rare. Even a simple limited edition sneaker can make people go crazy, camping outside stores for days. Now think about this. What happens when you're too easy to get? When you're always available? When you reply in 1 second, cancel plans, and make her your number one without her even asking? You become common. And what's common loses value fast. Scarcity creates value. It always has and it always will. It's not about pretending you're busy. It's about actually being busy. Building your life, chasing your goals, taking care of your mind and body. When a man is focused on himself, he naturally becomes less available. Not because he's playing games, but because he has a mission that matters. This natural scarcity makes you rare in a world full of men begging for attention. It makes her think about you. It makes her wonder where you are. It makes her crave your time because it feels earned. Now some guys think, but if I'm not always there, won't she lose interest? Here's the truth. If she loses interest because you were focusing on your dreams, she was never really meant for you. A woman who's truly right for you will admire your ambition. She will respect your discipline, and she will work harder to be part of your life. Being too available robs you of your mystery. It smothers the natural tension and excitement that makes attraction grow. When you live a big life, a life full of goals, friendships, fitness, hobbies, and adventures, you don't have to try to be scarce. You already are. And guess what? She will notice. She will wonder, what is he doing right now? She will feel that little spark of curiosity, and that spark can grow into something powerful. Scarcity is not about playing tricks. It's about living fully. It's about having a life that no one else can steal you away from. A man who is scarce is a man who is valuable. Never forget, you are the prize if you treat yourself like one. Mastering your emotions, the silent power. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen a man lose everything because he couldn't control his feelings? 1 minute he's calm. The next, he's sending angry texts, begging for attention, or acting out of fear. It happens faster than you think, and it destroys attraction every single time. Here's the truth. Women are drawn to men who are calm, steady, and unshakable, like a strong mountain that doesn't move no matter how hard the storm blows. When you can master your emotions, you become that mountain. You become the safe place, the steady hand, the man who doesn't panic under pressure. But listen closely. Mastering emotions doesn't mean you bury them deep and pretend they don't exist. It means you feel them, you understand them, and you choose your actions with wisdom, not weakness. When you feel jealousy, breathe and think before you act. When you feel fear, step back and stay silent instead of reacting. When you feel anger, control your hands, your voice, your face, and let the moment pass. This control is rare. This control is magnetic, because a man who owns himself owns every room he walks into. Women can sense this energy without you even saying a word. It's in how you walk, how you smile, how you stay calm when others are losing their heads. Emotional control makes you unpredictable in the best way. It keeps you mysterious and powerful. It keeps her wondering what's going on inside you and wanting to find out. Most men destroy attraction by being too reactive, by being too eager, by letting every little thing control their mood. But you are not most men. You are the rare man who knows that true strength is calmness, that true power is patience. You don't chase validation. You don't beg for attention. You stand tall, steady, and silent when needed. And that silence speaks louder than any words. Remember, in a world full of loud noise, the calm man is the one they all notice. Oh. Why too much excess kills desire? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been given something so easily that you stopped caring about it? Maybe it was a toy you wanted badly as a kid. You dreamed about it. You begged for it. You counted down the days until you could have it. And when you finally got it, you played with it for a few days and then tossed it aside. Why? Because once something is easy to get, it's easy to take for granted. This truth is huge when it comes to relationships, and almost nobody talks about it. Here's the raw, honest fact. When you make yourself too available to a woman, you become less exciting. You might think, but I'm just showing her I care. You might think, if I give her all my time and attention, she'll love me more. No, brother, that's not how it works. Not in the world of real attraction. Scarcity is what makes something valuable, not abundance. Think about gold. Gold is precious because you can't find it lying around everywhere. It's rare. It's hidden. It takes real effort to find. If gold rained from the sky every day, nobody would want it. It would lose all its magic. You are the gold. When you give her endless access to you, texting all day, calling every hour, dropping everything for her, you make yourself common. And common things aren't valued. It's not about being rude. It's not about ignoring her. It's about living a life so full and rich that you naturally aren't always available. When a woman feels she can have you anytime she wants, a strange thing happens inside her mind. Her excitement fades. Her curiosity fades. Her imagination fades. But when she feels a little bit of distance, when she realizes you have your own dreams, your own world, your own fire, her mind starts working overtime. She wonders what you're up to. She wonders why you're not chasing. She starts to feel the pull, the magnetic force of a man who has his own life. This is not a game. This is nature. The man who is busy building himself, improving himself, chasing a powerful future, he automatically creates scarcity because he can't be everywhere at once. He can't be texting all day. He's not living through his phone. He's living through his purpose. And because he is rare, he is valued. Women feel it. They respect it. They admire it. When you're less available, you give her something precious. The gift of missing you. Missing you makes her heart grow fonder. It makes her appreciate your presence. It makes every moment she gets with you feel like a reward, not a routine. But when you flood her with attention, when you chase, when you're always there at the push of a button, you erase the mystery. You erase the tension. You erase the fire. Scarcity keeps the fire alive. So here's the rule. Don't give away your time like it's cheap. Don't hand over your energy like it's endless. Guard your life like the treasure it is. Work on yourself. Build your mind, your body, your mission. And when you show up, you won't have to prove your worth. Your worth will be obvious. You're not easy to have. You're not easy to keep. You're not easy to replace. This is the power of scarcity. This is the secret the world never teaches men. And the moment you live it, you will stop chasing women and start attracting them. The secret power of self-approval. Here's something most men don't realize. The most dangerous weakness in a man is needing approval. Let me ask you, have you ever caught yourself doing things just to be liked? Changing your opinions just to fit in? Saying yes when you wanted to say no, just to make someone stay? Most men don't notice it happening. It's like a slow leak in a tire. Tiny at first, until one day, the whole thing collapses. When you seek approval, you hand over your power. You make your happiness depend on other people's reactions. And guess what? Women can smell it. They feel when you are looking at them to tell you who you are. And it kills attraction instantly. Because a man who needs approval is not a man who leads his life. He's a man who follows feelings. He's a man who chases smiles and fears frowns. He's a man who bends instead of standing firm. But here's the good news. You can break free. You don't need the world to clap for you. You don't need her to always say you're right. You don't need anyone's permission to believe in yourself. Self-approval is the real superpower. It's the quiet force inside that says, I know who I am. I know what I stand for. And I don't need anyone to tell me I'm enough, because I already am. This kind of inner strength changes everything. It changes how you walk. It changes how you speak. It changes the energy you carry into every room. When you approve of yourself, you don't panic if she pulls away. You don't crumble if she tests you. You don't beg. You don't plead. You don't perform. You stay calm. You stay solid. You stay you. And strangely enough, this is what makes her feel safe with you. This is what makes her want to lean in, not pull away. Because deep down, every woman is searching for one thing, a man who does not waver. A man who stands tall even when storms come. Most guys think they need to chase women to win them. But the truth is, you only need to chase one thing. Your own approval. When you are proud of the man you're becoming, it shows. It shines through your body language. It echoes in your voice. It lives in your choices. And when a woman sees that you don't need her to feel complete, that you're not desperate for her praise, that you could walk away if you had to, not because you want to, but because you respect yourself. She respects you more. She values you more. She desires you more. Self-approval is the root of all real attraction. Not fancy cars, not muscles, not smooth talk. It's the quiet, unshakable belief. I am enough. I will always be enough. And nothing outside of me gets to decide that. The man who lives this truth, he doesn't just win women, he wins in life. He wins because his power comes from the inside, and nothing outside can take it away. Why your calmness is your ultimate weapon. Have you ever wondered why the calmest man in the room always seems the most powerful? Why the one who says the least often controls the most? It's no accident. It's not luck. It's not magic. It's emotional mastery. Most men live like this. They react to every little thing. They get angry if someone looks at them wrong. They get jealous if a woman talks to another man. They get desperate if a text isn't answered in 5 minutes. Their emotions own them. They are not men. They are puppets. Every little pull from the outside controls them. And women can sense it. It feels like chaos. It feels like weakness. It feels like fear trying to hide behind a fake smile. But imagine this instead. You get rejected and you stay calm. You face disappointment and you stay calm. You feel jealousy, but you breathe deep and stay calm. You don't explode. You don't collapse. You don't chase. You don't beg. You stand firm like a mountain. And this calmness, it commands respect. It invites curiosity. It builds deep attraction. Because calmness says something no words ever could. I am bigger than my emotions. I am bigger than this moment. I am bigger than anything trying to shake me. Most men think emotions are enemies. They try to smash them down, bury them deep, pretend they don't exist. But that's not strength. That's fear pretending to be strong. Real strength is feeling everything and still choosing calmness. It's standing in the middle of a storm and saying, I see it, I feel it, but it does not own me. When you live like this, people treat you differently. Women treat you differently. The world treats you differently. Because you are no longer a boy chasing feelings. You are a man controlling your destiny. Here's the truth. Most never hear. It's not love that makes a man weak. It's losing control of himself in the name of love. A man who can love deeply and stay calm, he becomes rare. He becomes unforgettable. He becomes magnetic. She feels it. She trusts it. She craves it. Because calmness makes her feel safe. It makes her feel seen without being smothered. It makes her respect you without you demanding it. The world may throw storms at you. It may try to make you kneel, to beg, to chase, to rage. But if you stay calm, you stay in control. And the man who stays in control of himself stays in control of his life. The man who chooses discipline over desire. What if I told you the real battle is not between you and the world, but between you and your own desires? Every day a silent war is being fought inside you. The voice of lust whispers, chase her, prove yourself, get her attention now. The voice of discipline says, stay steady, stay silent, build your world first. Which voice wins decides what kind of man you become. Most men lose this battle without even knowing it. They hand over their energy, their focus, their purpose, all for a few moments of validation. They think getting her heart will make them feel like a man. But real manhood doesn't come from chasing love. It comes from mastering yourself. Here's a secret the world won't tell you. When you control your desires, you control everything. When you can feel attraction and still focus on your goals. When you can feel temptation and still stay loyal to your mission. When you can feel lonely and still keep walking your path, you become unstoppable. You see, lust promises you quick happiness. It says, give in now, you deserve it. But every time you surrender to it, you trade your long-term strength for short-term pleasure. And after the pleasure fades, you are left weaker than before. Discipline, on the other hand, builds something no woman, no fame, no money can ever give you. Self-respect. Every time you say no to a lower version of yourself, every time you stay committed to your bigger vision, every time you walk away from easy pleasure and choose growth instead, you build a fire inside you that no one can take away. And here's the magic twist most men miss. When you choose discipline over desire, when you build your life instead of chasing hers, she feels it. Women can smell a man who is addicted to chasing. They can also smell a man who doesn't need to chase. The second man? He is rare. He's dangerous, in the best way. He's desirable because he desires himself more than anything else. She doesn't want to be the center of his life. She wants to earn a place in it. And that is the final power move. You don't push her away. You don't play games. You don't pretend to be cold. You simply stay true to your purpose. You stay true to your growth. You stay true to your higher self. You become a man who doesn't get destroyed by lust, but is lifted by discipline. And in doing so, you don't just win her heart, you win your own soul. That's the real victory. That's the real freedom. That's the real power. You are not here to beg for love. You are here to build a life so powerful that love becomes the bonus, not the goal. Choose discipline. Win the battle. Become the man you were born to be.